Mr. Consunhi, please, huwag kayong matulog dito. Please. Wala kami binibibili dito. Hindi porket bilyonaryo ka, tutulugan mo kami. Don't do that. Pambabastos siya.
Hindi pa ako natutulog.
No, nakita kita tutulog kayo. Huwag ka. Meron dito mga pinempleyado naman napakatagal na. Tapos ngayon tutulugan mo para kayong naging sarcastic dito. Wag. Bastusan yan. Huwag mo kami bastusin dito. You don't have the right. Kahit na bilyonaryo ka, hindi ka exempted. Okay? Magpakatinong ka. Gumising ka. Dilat mo mata mo.
We'll make them whole, sir. Either we return their money or replace the units if we get an adverse decision from the Supreme Court.
Have you talked to them?
No, sir.
Didn't they know before you sold the property? Didn't they know that this land is being disputed?
The property was sold way before this issue came. The decision of the Supreme Court is 2023. We developed it 2015. Nabenta na namin yan bago lumabas yung Supreme Court decision. Po.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Senator.
Very clear to me na talagang mahilig gumamit ng delaying tactics itong DMCI. In fact, kanina bago ako bumaba, I was gonna make a statement na sasabihin ko, itong si Mr. Consunhi is a respectable businessman na pinundan niya yung kanyang negosyo dahil sa hard work, honesty and all. Pero base sa nakikinig ko kanina, lahat ng mga yon nabura. Yung magagandang impression ko about you personally, biglang nabura. That's just my opinion. You don't know when to surrender. Talagang ipupush nyo. And I doubt it na kapag sinasabi nyo nag-embark kayo kahit na hindi na dapat, you will come up with many excuses para ma-stretch talaga to hanggang sa mangkamatay na siguro. Pardon for the word. Yung mga complainant. That's what you're trying to do. Because you have all the resources na para pahabain to while these complainants doesn't. Now, balik tayo. November last year, nag-file kayo ng MR. At sumagot ang Supreme Court doon sa MR na pinal nyo. Attorney Agnes Maranan or sino gusto magsalita? Would you like to comment doon sa sinasabi nitong si Attorney Lazaro? Sorry, I call you Lazaro kasi nalala ko, siya yung kayang magbuhay ng patay. Did you know, before I'll let you talk, Attorney Agnes Maranan, alam niyo ho ba, Mr. Consunhi, na itong abogado niyo na mimeke, and yet, andito pa rin siya, pinapayagan niyo siya? I was expecting that he will no longer be here after na malaman ninyo na gumagawa siya ng hindi tama na nakakasira po sa imahe ninyong company. Kaya pagdating ko rito, nagulat ako, andito pa rin siya kasi if I were you in your situation at meron ako isang staff na gumawa ng kalokohan, sisibaking ko na. Kaya sabi ko, gagawa sana ko na napakagandang statement na pupurihin ka. At yung nakikita ko ngayon, yung narinig ko, binabawi ko na yung mga gandang impression ko towards you personally. I'm sorry, Mr. Consunhi.
Yes, Senator Raffy.
Attorney Agnes Maranan, sabi niyo kanina, there's no such thing as second MR. Okay. So, kung pag-uusapan natin itong decision ng Supreme Court which is final executory, dapat may cancel na yung title na hawak ng DMCI, na yung DMCI nagmamatigas. So, nandito ba yung LRA? Yung RD? Are you the regional director? So therefore, with this decision from the Supreme Court, i-cancel nyo na yung title. Can you do that? Or would you like us to call the Supreme Court and oblige you to do it?
Sir, with
Compel you
respect,
to do it?
Your Honor, we are waiting for the writ of execution for it to be cancelled, Your Honor. But we will comply with the order of the Supreme Court. We just need the writ of execution to cancel the existing title, sir.
Attorney Maranan, sabi mo final? Because
Yes, sir.
there's no
By the
such
way,
thing
there
as
are
second.
two. There are two decisions. As I said, the first one, which was final as early as 22, said exactly the same thing.
Final.
Yes, sir, that one, undisputably.
Okay.
That is final. That is executory. And, sir, if I may, the decision of the Supreme Court in both cases is already executory. I believe there's nothing more to wait for. The Supreme Court said, implement
Okay.
the
Do you have a
arbiter's
copy of
decision.
do you have a copy of the decision, Attorney Maranan? That it says that it is already final and executory?
Meron po. Apologies, sir.
What-
Personally, I don't have it, but
I have this,
that is the November, sir. Meron po kayo.
yes, November. Do you have the latest order of the Supreme Court?
On the first case, sir, my apologies, sir, I did not bring a copy. But
This
on
is
the
not
first,
the latest decision by the Supreme Court?
that is the latest, sir, on the second case.
All right.
But on the first case,
It
it
says
is
it's
final.
final.
And I
All
think
right.
even
Ano?
attorney,
What about the second case?
on the second case, sir, that is the latest resolution. And it is our position, sir, that a second MR, if it was filed, is a dilatory tactic because there is a clear rule.
Can you provide us a copy of the first the decision on the first case, Attorney Maranan?
Yes, sir.
And please read the dispositive portion. You have it, Attorney Maranan?
Yes, Your Honor. I am holding the decision of the court dated, this is in GR number 221978. It was a case which was resolved by the 3rd Division, and this order, sir, is dated April 4, 2022. And the dispositive portion of this order, which is the first case, says, wherefore, in view of the foregoing, the instant petition filed by DMCI is denied. The decision dated June 5, 2015, and the resolution dated December 15, 2015 of the Court of Appeals affirming the April 3, 2013 resolution and the September 26, 2013 order of the LRA in consulta number 5208 are affirmed. For reference, sir, the decision and the last sentence of this decision says, the NLRC's order dated January 4, 2011, and the entry of judgment in that case dated July 19, 2011 are registrable. Meaning, sir, if they are registrable, they can now be implemented. And as I mentioned earlier, sir, that January 4, 2011 decision of the labor arbiter was very clear. It said the title which DMCI is secured should be cancelled.
Right. Okay, I also have a copy now of the decision of the Supreme Court. Senator Raffy, you still want to continue?
Babalik lang ako
Yeah.
doon sa aking katanungan kay Attorney Agnes Maranan kasi nasabi nga niya na meron ng final and executory decision sa Supreme Court doon sa isang kaso.
Yes, sir.
And then you cannot file a second MR to another MR.
Yes, sir.
MR. At nagpupumilit pa rin talaga itong DMCI. Meron na akong briefly na magkikwento, Mr. Chair. Sa programa ko po sa Wanted sa radyo for the past 20 years, ang dami ko na pong natatanggap na reklamo sa mga malilit nating manggagawa na sila ay inapi ng kanilang mga amo. So they went to NLRC. After so many years of waiting, na panalunan nila yung kaso, and then pupuntahan yung company. It's either nagsara na o dili kaya nalipat yung pangalan sa ibang may-ari or inilalaban sa korte, which ito nangyari ngayon. Patagalan na lang, pati bayan. Hindi ko na mabilang yung mga lumapit sa akin na nang kamatay na, pati pa yung kanilang mga anak, patay na. Inabutan ng 15, 20, 30 years pa. Hindi pa na-resolve yung kaso. Dahil nga, yung kumpanya, maraming resources, maraming pera, pwedeng magtiis, patagalan. Paano yung mga magagawa natin? Yung iba, pumupunta lang abroad. Kaysa mag-antay, mag-OFW na lang, ligtas na yung company Mandarambong. Yung iba, uwi na ng probinsya, kaysa lang pabalik-balik pagka sa pamasahe. Nagsasawa. And this is what's happening right now sa DMCI. Meron na desisyon yung Korte Suprema at lalabanan pa rin yung desisyon na yun. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, Mr. Chair, meron na palang decision yung Supreme Court, sinang-ayunan, yung sinabi ng NLRC from the beginning, they cancel yung title and the Supreme Court did agree. Tama, Attorney Maranan?
Yes,
Based
sir.
on their decision here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So therefore, kayo po, diyan sa LRA, Register of Deeds, kayo, dapat gumawa kayo ng aksyon. Maliban na lang kung kayo po yung nabayaran. Go ahead po, sir.
Thank you, sir. With due respect, sir, the LRAs readily will comply with the decision of the Supreme Court.
So there's a decision already?
Yes, sir. It was raised in Consulta 5208, the issue of registrability of the court order. The decision of LRA was to annotate the registrability of the decision. But as to the cancellation of the title itself, we require the writ of execution to comply with that order, sir. That's the only thing left, sir, for us to readily comply.
Okay. What's your opinion on that, Attorney Maranan?
Well, sir, what is registrable is the order of the labor arbiter, which says that the title should be cancelled. And if I may, sir, with respect to the first case which I had just read, we are also holding, and we can submit this to this honorable committee, the entry of judgment in that case. And the entry of judgment says, this was issued on January 16, 2023, and this says that the April 4 decision which I had read has already become final and executory. Might be worth noting also, sir, that when they executed the compromise agreements with the 5 workers, this decision which said the title should be cancelled had already become final and executory.
Oh, okay. So, narinig nyo? Attorney Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor. Our legal attorney, Elizalde, will explain, sir, the
Kaya nga, legal to legal. Okay, Attorney Agnes Maran, she just gave a legal opinion on this matter that we're talking about. And so kayo nagbibigay ng different opinion. So magkasulungat ang inyong opinion. So, in other words, kinukontra niyo po yung desisyon ng Supreme Court. Para sa inyo, hindi sapat pa yun. Kailangan meron talagang naka-state doon na it should be executory.
No, sir. Sir, can I give the floor, sir, to Attorney Elizalde, who can discuss
Attorney
the legalities
Elizalde,
of it?
go ahead, please.
Good morning, Honorable Senator Tulfo and Senator Estrada. Under the processes of the Land Registration Authority, when we decide that a decision is registrable, it only means that the decision is registered on the title as notice to the whole world that certain rights have been annotated. In the case of the NLRC decision and decisions of the court, we however require under our processes that a writ of execution be presented to the RT. We will of course comply. We just require that one thing because that is what is in our processes, Your Honor.
Attorney Maranan, so they're waiting for a writ of execution?
Well, sir, we find it a little odd that what the LRA is in effect saying that we will allow a registration on a title and what is going to be registered is a decision which says that very title is to be cancelled. So, sir, it is our position that this is already something that can be executed, sir. That's our position.
Ano pong hinihintay ninyo? Something that will literally say na from the Supreme Court na kailangan magkaroon na ng writ of execution?
Yes, Senator, that is all we require, the writ of execution, and we will comply absolutely. Because that is the way the processes of the LRA have been made. So the opinion of Attorney Maranan, while we take note of that, that does not hold water with our office.
Okay, where would that writ of execution will come from para kayo po ay sumunod na?
I-present lang po ng sheriff or yung prevailing party sa amin, tapos i-authenticate, and then we
Teka lang, mapipresent ang sheriff ng
usually
NRC?
Yes, sir. Usually we require that a sheriff or a party presents to us.
Kaya nga, sino nga yun? Sheriff ng Korte Suprema, sheriff ng NLRC, magpipresent ng writ of execution.
Your Honor, the NLRC.
Okay.
Yan ang kailangan po.
NLRC. NLRC. So, they're just waiting for a writ of execution coming from you para sumunod na sila doon sa sinasabi ng Supreme Court na mailipat na may cancel ng title. Hinihintay lang pala kayo. Then do your job. Cancel the title.
I will check po on the record.
Issue a writ of execution.
Pero po kung ang sinasabi po ng LRA ay yung writ of execution na nagmula sa NLRC, matagal na pong natapos kasi po ang kaso na to, 1997 po yata. So kung pong yung, kasi po di ba ang proseso po sa amin is that magkakaroon po kami ng desisyon at pagkatapos po ng desisyon na yon, maaaring umabot hanggang Korte Suprema. Pero sa amin pa lang po, kahit po umakyat ng Court of Appeals yung respondent, mag-i-issue na po kami ng writ of execution. Ang writ of
Meron na kayo na-issue na writ of
Meron na po ito kasi
execution.
1990s pa po na kaso
Okay.
ito eh.
So,
Ang nangyayari lamang po, Mr. Senator, pasensya na po. Ang nangyayari lamang po is that wala pong nakuha na cash or pera para masatisfy ang judgment sa kaso na ito. Kaya po ang ginawa po ng aming sheriff ay sinubasta yung ari-arian o yung property nung respondent na siyang may titulo. Ang naging problema lamang po rito is that nung pong sinusubasta na, ang sinabi po bigla ng DMCI, hinarang po nila yung pagsubasta dahil ang sabi nila, nabili na raw po nila ang property na ito na dating pag-aari nung respondent sa original na kaso.
okay, so in short, meron na pong na-issue na writ of execution
Meron
from
na po
the
ito.
NLRC. So ngayon, ang gusto nila for the second time, mag-issue ulit ng writ of execution. Now, okay, just for the sake of argument, halimbawa, nag-issue siya ng writ of execution bilang pangalawang aksyon doon sa unang writ na kanilang issue. Would you oblige?
Your Honor, for clarity, your sheriff, the sheriff of the NLRC, will go to the Supreme Court to get the writ of execution and serve it upon the Register of Deeds, whereupon the RD has nothing left to do but to cancel the title. Because that is the last part of the legal
Okay.
process for the transfer.
Okay, so ang gusto niyo mangyari, ang NLRC pupunta sa Supreme Court para humingi ng writ
Yes, sir.
of execution.
Yes, sir.
Attorney Maranan?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, first of all, this is not, we completely agree with the NLRC. This is not the first, this is not the reason why the workers here were able to obtain title here was on the basis of a notice of levy of the NLRC. The property was sold in public auction, and sir, it was never redeemed. So in fact, the certificate of sale in favor of the workers, I think as early as the 1990s, I'm not absolutely sure of the date, sir, was already registered on that title. So it is, we are stunned that a title which already had a certificate of sale that became final because it was never redeemed was somehow still transferred to DMCI, and that is the subject of the labor case, of the labor proceedings which occurred in 2011. Sinabi ng labor arbiter din, paano naman nailipat sa DMCI to, merong annotations already. So how is it possible that it was transferred in the first place to DMCI when the certificate of sale in favor of the workers was already annotated? And from that point, sir, one court after the other, the NLRC, and then eventually the two divisions of the Supreme Court affirmed it because it stems from a what they call a certificate of redemption.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, pwede ba natin ilagay under oath itong mga taga LRA? Tingnan natin tibay nyo. Magsinungaling kayo. Put them under oath, please. Itong dalawa. Hindi, yung dalawa, hindi pa ata nag-oath to eh.
Nag-oath ka ba kayo during the last hearing, no?
Yes, Your
Okay,
Okay, so you're under oath. Subukan nyo magsinungaling ngayon. Subukan nyo. Maluwang-luwang yung kulungan doon sa babae. Lalo na ikaw, maluwang. Kasyang-kasya. Ikaw doon. So, go ahead po, Attorney Maranan.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, by my records, at least as of 2011, sir, klarong-klaro na yung ruling ng NLRC on the basis of this writ of execution, actually notice of levy, na it belongs to the workers. Sinabi ng Supreme Court, sinabi ng NLRC, bakit nyo nilipat? Meron ng titulo na nandun yung annotation ng certificate of sale na hindi ni-redeem, and yet,
Okay. hold it
nailipat
right
pa
there.
rin.
Okay, anong sagot niyo doon? Sino matibay magsagot dyan? May annotation na in favor yung doon sa worker, yung sa sale, and yet, gina nyo pa rin.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to be clear with the record, Your Honor. The title in question, Your Honor, is title 12619 in the name of Taguig Land Development Corporation. It was not yet, sir, transferred to the MCI as per allegations of Attorney Maranan. The record states, as you can get it from a certified true copy, that the title is still with Taguig Land Development Corporation coming from the property of Laxina. So it was transferred to Taguig. Now, the annotations at the back, I'm just running this based on records, ma'am, because I only assumed office last May 2023. So based on record, it was only the only annotation at that point was the notice of lis pendens, annotated. The document was dated February 23, 2009, and it was annotated or inscribed in 24th of February 2009. Then the next transaction was a consulta raised by the RD in 2011, wherein the resolution of the resolution of LRA is like a consulta number 5208. And that is where I was basing my decision, based on the consulta decided by LRA. Based on records, ma'am, the next transaction was entry number 2012-008680, wherein a court order was issued by Honorable Toribio E. Ilaw. Now, the next transaction would be the annotation of a master deed. No transfer yet has been made over the property to the MCI, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Attorney Marano.
Thank you. Sir, I think the operative title here is not the title which was issued to DMCI because or if you want to be technical, the title which was issued to Taguig Land Development Corporation, which it's a matter of public record, has already been I think it has already been either bought out or merged with DMCI. Okay? So, I think the safest way to put it is that Taguig Land Development Corporation is now solely within the control of the MCI. And sir, that's precisely why it is the MCI which was filing the cases in the Supreme Court, not Taguig Land Development Corporation. Sir, if I may, it is very convenient to refer to the annotations in the title of DMCI. But what we are referring to is the original title which was in the name of Laxina, and that is TCT number 25491. Sir, if you begin with the title, I don't have it with me, does it not say that TCT 12619, which is the title you're referring to, did it originate from the cancellation of TCT 25491? See? So the title which is in dispute here is, which is the operative, the one which is significant, is the first title, the TCT 25491. Because what are the annotations on that title? The certificate of sale in favor of the workers was annotated on 25491. Therefore, it should not have been cancelled in favor of Taguig Land Development Corporation because it had already been the subject of a certificate of sale that was never redeemed.
The cancellation made was by Attorney Rotacio. It was not I who cancelled the title from Laxina to Taguig.
Attorney Rotacio.
He's a deceased RD of Taguig City, sir.
So, yung ginawang pag-desisyon ni Attorney Rotacio para sa iyo ngayon ay mali, pero wala na siya.
Sir, if I may, sir, the annotation at the back of the title, if there is no, whatever annotation it is, whether that is an involuntary transaction, if it is not a TRO or a status quo order, the RD can transfer. However, sir, such transfer will carry over whatever annotation it may have on the previous transaction, on the previous title, sir. That is how we do it in the registry, sir. The annotation, if there is no a whole TRO ordered by the court or a status quo order, the RD may transfer, but the annotation on the previous title must be carried over on that succeeding title, Your Honor.
Yung sinabi niyo po Attorney Garcia, binanggit niyo kasi Attorney Rotacio, I'm really interested. So yung ginawa niyang desisyon noon, nung siya pa nabubuhay, do you admit na meron pagkukulang siya doon, may pagkakamali?
Sir, I think I should better get the documents first, the physical documents, so I can study whether there was
So you
really
should have gotten it by now. Alam mo naman, magkakaroon tayo ng hearing
Yes, sir.
tungkol dito. So dapat meron ka ng kopya ng dokumento
Sir,
niya.
we are trying to get the physical documents, Your
Why?
Honor, because,
Ba't wala kayong physical document na yun?
sir, the Register of Deeds transferred from one office to another. Therefore, sir, the documents were left on a separate area because the
Oo nga,
RD
pero
office can no longer
we've been having this
accommodate.
hearing for a long time. Nakailang hearing na tayo. At alam nyo, yung dokumentong yun ay very important. So sana, hinanap nyo na yun at dala nyo na.
Yes, sir. Well, we have
Mahirap kasi ito, itutulak mo si Attorney Rotacio at patay disease na. So kaya tinatanong kita, para sa iyo, yung ginawang desisyon ni Attorney Rotacio ay mali ba? Sabi mo, you still have to see the documents. Sinambit mo na rin ng pangalan niya. Sana meron ka ng dokumento patungkol doon.
Sir, the transfer was not something I anticipated to be questioned, Your Honor.
Well, why not? Pinag-uusapan natin dito tungkol dun sa ano.
Yes, sir. But Your Honor, rest assured that I've already started asking my records officer to locate the certified true copy since last year, Your Honor.
Attorney Maranan?
Thank you, sir. Sir, as Attorney Garcia said, even assuming if there is no TRO,
Excuse me, Mr. Consunhi, please, huwag kayong matulog dito. Please. Wala kami binibibili dito. Hindi porket bilyonaryo ka, tutulugan mo kami. Don't do that. Pambabastos siya.
Hindi pa ako natutulog.
No, nakita kita, tutulog kayo. Huwag ka. Meron dito mga pinempleado naman napakatagal na. Tapos ngayon tutulugan mo para kayong naging sarcastic dito. Wag. Bastusan yan. Huwag mo kami bastusin dito. You don't have the right. Kahit na bilyonaryo ka. Hindi ka exempted. Okay? Magpakatino ka. Gumising ka. Dilat mo mata mo. Go ahead, Attorney Maranan.
thank you, sir. As
Bigyan natin ng coffee. Comsec, bigyan natin ng coffee. Anong gusto niyo? Black or cream? Okay, bigyan. Para magising to. Go ahead, Attorney Maranan.
we agree with Attorney Garcia that if a title is cancelled and transferred the name of the new registered owner, then the annotations on the previous title should be included in the new title. It should be carried over to the new title. What were the annotations that should have been carried over to this new title of DMCI?